Have you ever had a pain before you became pregnant? What you're wanting to do is just release as many resistant thoughts as you can.
Okay.
First we want to say you're overthinking all of it.
Okay.
And that's not uncommon, because what we really want you to do is to feel your way into it. So when you really want something, when there's something that you really want and attention to the opposite of it is unpleasant, that's just a really logical thing. Is the fear about not being able to accomplish it, or not being good at it? What do you think the fear is about? You get to control the components of how it evolves. And so we have some questions for you. What bogus things are you making up to get in the way of something that you really want? Why do you make that stuff up to get in your way? And then you can certainly add components to it that take the thrill away, or that even turn it completely sour. But when you really, really want something and then you are denying it by making up stuff, and so some might say, well, she's not making it up. She's taking surveys, or she's hearing from these people or these people or these people. And we say, there's plenty of evidence to support everything. There's evidence to support everything you want and evidence to support everything you don't want. But when you use the evidence to support what you don't want and you get crossways of the source within you, that's when you feel that discord, and that's what fear is, you see. But if you understand that you can control your vibrational countenance, and therefore you can control the joyful unfolding of your life experience. And what that discomfort always means is that thought that you have activated by your attention to it is in utter disagreement with what your inner being knows. And what your inner being knows is what you want. Isn't that really clear? What your inner being knows and what your inner being is what you really want. Feel negative emotion, what does that tell you? So much second guessing goes on in your physical environment because you introduce into the equation so many opinions from so many others and so many experiences of so many others. And the reason that is not a good idea is because, first and most important, you have no way of knowing what's in their vortex, because you don't get guidance about what's in their vortex. And next, not only do you not know what's in their vortex, but you don't know what their day by day, moment by moment, vibrational relationship is with their vortex. You don't know the thoughts they think. You don't really have any accurate information about any of the manifestations that are happening to the majority of people on the planet. In other words, you only know what is given to you, usually by outside speculation, by someone who's not even part of the mix, you see. So once you begin understanding that the way you feel and is an indicator of your alignment or not with what you really want, then all of those questions dissolve. All you have to do for a moment was feel the utter depression that sweeps over you to know that that's not a valid thought, that thought stinks in relationship with who you really are and what you want. There are so many people who do not understand vibration, who do not understand law of attraction, who are surrounded by people who clearly want things that they don't have. And so they protect themselves, and they try to protect you by saying, oh, you should not allow yourself to get your heart set on something that you really have no control over. And we say, there is nothing that you cannot create. There is nothing that you cannot find the vibrational essence of and bring to full manifested fruition. There is a way to have everything that you want, you see. It's pretty easy to tell which thought feels better. So why wouldn't you choose the better feeling thought? Why? That we really are asking. Why would you not choose the better feeling thought? Why would you not choose the thought? Why would you not choose the better feeling thought? Also is because of the influence of others. In other words, you don't want to be foolish. You don't want to stand in foolishness, bucking the current. But we want you to know that anyone who's thriving is already bucking that current. Because the majority of people are not thriving anything close to what they could be thriving. They're pinching themselves off and then making fun of you when you don't do it too. keep tuning yourself, and what will happen is, as you keep tuning yourself, you'll find yourself more and more surrounded by those who know what you know, by examples of people thriving, by examples of people getting what they want, by examples of people beating the odds, because the odds, as they line up in the human experience, people create the odds, and then they complain that the odds are stacked against them. And we say the reason the odds are stacked against you is because you created odds that stacked against you, and then you report them to everyone and make them listen and make fun of them when they don't, pat them on the back in a sort of assurance, well, that's just the way life is. And we say, no, it isn't. It isn't. You get to create the life that you want to create. You see, there are no odds. There is just what's in your vortex and your alignment with it or your not alignment with it. That's it. And once you get that straight, then all kinds of things that other people don't think you should or can accomplish, you will accomplish, you see.
It's going to be exhilarating. It's going to be really a wonderful experience to feel the natural process of my body. The cells of my body have been pre-programmed. I could be out in the desert alone and my body would know what to do. In other words, there is nothing in all of the universe that is more natural than this process. There is nothing that has been more pre-paved or more pre-guided. In other words, there is nothing that non-physical energies of the universe are more aware of and more alert to and more involved in than this. This birthing process, for me, say, will be the most spiritual experience of my physical life experience. Get yourself focused upon what it is, and what you don't want it to be will not be a factor at all.